feeling like I'm Akademiks.
I love that intro. I work hard on that intro. It took me like 4 days to make that whole mixtape back in the day. Anyway, all right. Yeah, I think we could go live on all platforms now. Yo, World Boss free. You get what I'm saying? This is not gonna be a complete Vybz Kartel stream. I'm actually not even gonna get into it probably at the top of the stream. But y'all should know why I feel elated today. World Boss, I come on road. You get what I'm saying? Now I could tell y'all this for a fact, 100%. The first public event that Vybz Kartel does, I don't care what the fuck is happening over here, I will be 100,000,000% in goddamn Jamaica, and I do got a streaming backpack, so I'll stream from there. So if you're not too much into, this just means a lot to me. But yeah. Listen, I don't care how I got to get to Jamaica, private jet or not, I'm in that bitch. That's a fact. Anyway. Welcome to the stream, people. I apologize. I did not stream yesterday, right? I didn't stream yesterday, but we are here today. A lot of other stuff happening in hip-hop. Obviously, I just told you why I'm a little bit excited. Vybz Kartel, after a 13-year battle with the legal system, okay? He battled with the legal system of Jamaica. Police had at one point had said that he was responsible for 100 murders. Now, for those who are not familiar with how Jamaica works, it's like how many of these other countries who are third world countries or, get corrupted by drugs and all these other things work because they don't have too much of an economy. It's not called gangs, but it's like almost like factions of people. And he was called basically like a leader of a cartel. Okay. By the way, his name is Vybz Kartel. He looked up to the cartel, but he was trying to do it in the musical sense, as he said. Anyway, the police believed he was responsible because he controlled he was like the kind of the not leader, but one of the guys that had some power that influenced the most violent gang in Jamaica called the Klansmen. They believe that he was ordering murders. So not only was he a prolific artist, he was the most popular artist by tenfold. What Drake was maybe in 2018, that's what Vybz Kartel was for since 2009, right? 2 years after that, he did get arrested for murder. They believe that he oversaw a murder done by his cronies, and they locked him up for murder. He went through the biggest trial, the longest trial ever. And by the way, I know some of y'all are gonna try to equate this to Young Thug of Peon, the Cartel. Okay, Vybz Kartel was with these niggas, killing niggas. Okay, allegedly. I don't know if this is true because he about to be free, but he was hands on. Okay, and I'm not happy about murder, obviously, but essentially, not only was he the biggest artist in the world or the biggest artist in that country, Jamaica, he had political influence that usually a government wouldn't like for an individual who they don't control to have. Right? He's doing shit in the community where people he's legitimately a threat, whether he's doing crime or not. I guess I say all that to say, he gets arrested, goes through the longest trial ever. He does get found guilty. He gets found guilty because they believe he's a leader. Everybody else got 25 to life, which means that after 25 years, they could have got parole. They gave him 35 to life. They felt he showed no remorse. They try to get appeals in Jamaica. The courts all said no. Again, keep in mind when the verdict for and I ain't disrespecting. I know some of y'all really endeared to Young Thug. I'm not disrespecting Young Thug when I say Young Thug doesn't even pale in comparison to this guy. They had to dispatch the army to quell all of the local vicinities when the verdict was happening. If Young Thug get found guilty or not, a nigga won't even throw a stone. Let's be clear, right? Come on, right? So they just didn't want political unrest. They didn't want people to riot. There was thousands of people out. So they locked him up. He's been locked up since September 30th, 2011. His trial ended, I believe, in 2013 or 14. He tried to get an appeal. They said no. His last option was to go to the Privy Council, which is if you don't know, Jamaica still technically, Jamaica was a colony of the United Kingdom, right? Even to this day, even though it's a little bit more not formal these days, the Queen is respected in Jamaican culture. in the Jamaican Constitution since it's gotten independence, it doesn't say fuck the queen, but it acknowledges the queen. So essentially, because it's like this colonial imperial country, what happens is that if you exhaust all the legal, let me make this a little bit shorter for you. England or the UK they don't really interfere in Jamaica activities. So they're not going to be like, yo, change this law. Jamaica's conviction of murder, sloppy case. It's a very sloppy case. The case was, this is Jamaica. This ain't motherfucking I don't know, whatever city in America. They arrested a nigga. They claimed all the evidence was on his phone because he was recording conversations of, yo, we're going to kill this nigga like this. Yo, you chop him up, whatever. By the way, the nigga who they killed, they never found. They never found the guy. The rumor is that Vybz Kartel and his people, they killed the guy, chopped him up, and brought him to a local funeral home that they paid off, and they cremated the body. The body was never found. So the guy, that was one of the big things is like, how you going to prosecute these guys for murder? We've never seen this nigga again. Actually, one of their arguments was, how y'all know he dead? That's like an interesting thing. It's like, wait, how y'all even know he dead? Maybe that nigga on vacation. However, the reason why they knew he was dead is, I played one of these songs. You might not get it, but Vybz Kartel, the song's called Real Badman. And he says in the song, he says, leave one alive because somebody got to cry. Basically saying that if you're going to kill him, you got to leave one, because it's mostly sending a message. You got to leave one person alive. So the way he got caught was that two niggas disrespected by stealing some guns, and he killed one and he was sparing the other. So the other who saw the other nigga die was supposed to be like, yo, Vybz Kartel is not playing. He is killing niggas. We better stop fucking around with him. That guy ended up being a snitch, okay? That guy was on the stand saying, nah, it was Vybz Kartel and his homies. Yeah, I watched them. Yeah, because they can't find a body. So that guy became the guy who said, nah, he dead. I seen him dead. Because what happened is after they held one guy to watch the other guy get murdered, and then once he saw the other guy get his wig split, I'm not trying to disrespect, he took off. He ran. When he ran, Vybz Kartel sent his homies. They called him and they said, bro, we're not killing you. We killed the other guy already. We going to leave you alive. Bad idea. You know what I mean? Obviously, Jamaica don't got Tesla cameras like motherfucking the Fulio case. Bad idea, because that nigga ended up being the chief witness that testified on him. So he was the one who corroborated the whole, the country's argument that no, the guy who we can't find is dead. You get what I'm saying? And here's the thing. A lot of evidence was on his phone. He was on the phone talking about, yo, yeah, I heard the news. I guess they were talking the day the guy got killed. They said, yeah, the news reached the town that the dude got killed. It said, Vybz Kartel says, don't worry, they'll never find that nigga. Basically almost hinting like, yeah, I know he dead, but y'all never find the body. So that's one of the reasons why he allegedly got, why he got charged and then subsequently got found guilty. Here's why he's coming home. This is after 13 years. The legal process is mostly reasonable doubt, even in Jamaica. And you have to have due process. They had his phone. His phone was very integral. Vybz Kartel was sending all type of voice notes. I don't know what he thought it was. He would tell him like, yeah, we gonna chop his body up. You know what I mean? He would say all type of wild shit, right? He had a video of niggas swinging a pickaxe, and he's like, yo, watch how you swing the pickaxe. There's a video on his phone of them plotting a murder. Be like, yo, you grab, it's called a ratchet knife, but it's like a knife that folds in. It's called a ratchet. It's like a ratchet knife. Jamaican we call it ratchet. Anyway, he's telling the guy, so you gonna come underneath and stab him in the neck. Just you stab him in the neck, you hit him with the pickaxe. Like, they got the whole shit on video. So it's like you would normally think, oh, you're fucked. Here's what happened. This is Jamaica, people. The cops get the evidence. The phone is key. These motherfuckers put this shit in evidence. These niggas start making calls themselves to their bitches. They start going through to see if they can find no videos of him fucking hoes, and because Vybz, he had leaked a video of him fucking one of his artists. Yeah, that's another wild shit about it too. This is why this guy's like, bro, I'm telling you, the craziest movie gonna be made about him. Imagine Rockefeller, except imagine like 4 or 5 female artists on Rockefeller, and Jay-Z wrote every lyric for them. This nigga Vybz Kartel was so talented, he would write everything for all his female. Like, they weren't talented. It was just bitches. Like, he would just write everything for them, write everything for him, for himself, he would record 4 or 5 songs a day, write 5, 6, 7 songs for them, and still have time to go in the street and go get niggas clapped. This nigga was like, yo, I ain't gonna lie. He had more 24 hours in a day. Okay, so anyway. The police the police are using his phone while his shit is lodged in evidence. He's in jail. They're using his phone, this and third. When it's brought up in Jamaican court was like, well, y'all have to show us that the police using your phone tainted the evidence. Now, if you think about that in American courts, my nigga, you can't use evidence against me if you're using my fucking phone. Like, how's my phone evidence? Like, nigga, you might have planted that there, right? Nobody agreed with that saying until the UK court dealt with it. So the UK court was like, yeah, that's a fact. Yo, y'all used the nigga's phone. Like, what's wrong with y'all? Second thing, actually, that's not even the reason why he got out. This is how Jamaica is, right? You gotta imagine, this is what I was saying about third world countries. Vybz Kartel, like, I remember he has a song called Ben's Punani, right? Now, he was the first person, like, obviously now it's updated cars and shit like that. He was the first person to bring a S-Class Benz as an entertainer to Jamaica. So that's why he has songs called Ben's Punani and this and third. And that was like such a big deal. Why do I say that? An entertainer in Jamaica, because Jamaica isn't that rich, is almost like, I won't say obviously not like a Pablo Escobar to Colombia, but you're like a big drug dealer at that point, right? Like, what I mean? Obviously, you could think about Christopher Dutta's Coke, who was a drug dealer, at least for Jamaica. But when you're the guy who's the most lit musician, you're the Drake of Jamaica, you have mad money, and everybody else is really poor. So what happens is you could kind of almost create your own type of lifestyle in your own community. And that's why you get so many gangs that will do anything you want, because you're the guy with the money. They go to the trial, right? They go to trial. First of all, remember the guy who I said was a witness? They couldn't find him way before, because they would have killed him, like 100%. He would have been dead. So he got to trial. He testified, which, by the way, I still don't know where he's at or if he left the country. But what happened was when they go to the verdict, or the jury's about to deliberate, when that's about to happen, one of the jurors, keep in mind, everybody loves Vybz Kartel. I won't even put Taylor Swift and Drake together. Nigga, I think the nigga is really even bigger than again, we're using analogies. Michael Jackson at his peak in America didn't have as much influence over America as this nigga had over Jamaica. Like, literally, he probably could have ran for office and maybe won, right? So, it's now to the jury. Nigga, everybody love this nigga music, right? What they end up doing is one of the jurors who want him to get off basically start going around to other jurors saying, yo, if you vote not guilty, we got $500,000 for you. We're talking Jamaican money, and I forgot how much that was then. $500,000 in Jamaican money could change somebody's life at that point. The juror tries to bribe a couple of the jurors. We need not guilty. Come on, not guilty, not guilty. Somebody snitches like, yo, hey. Now, here's the thing. As much as I'm saying he's loved, the whole thing about him maybe ordering 100 murders, there's a lot of moms and family members who feel like their loved ones was killed because he ordered it. So it's not everybody that loves him. And some people think he got their loved ones killed or disappeared, right? So somebody says, no, hey, this juror over here offering money. They're offering money over here. So that gets brought up. That juror gets arrested. They go back to the judge and say, yo, this shit might be corrupt. The people are going around the room offering money for this nigga to be free. What the fuck? The judge says, y'all lock the person up? All right, cool. we could get a verdict, get the person out of here, still go back and get a verdict. That's why he got out, chat. Essentially, that tainted the process. Like, the judge was never to allow the same jury to deliberate. He should have called a mistrial. Yo, somebody's in the room bribing people. Now, after the fact, Vybz Kartel's team is like, maybe they were bribing them against us. You know what I mean? Like, who knows how they were bribing them? So essentially, because the judge allowed the jury that was tainted, right? It's because it's tainted because people are offering money in the room to make a verdict. It gets to the UK, and the UK says, nah, that's not fair. That's not fair that a jury that decided on this man's freedom got offered money, and whether they accepted it or not, they were still allowed, and the judge forced them because the judge actually told them, you have to come to a decision. That's why it's free, okay? I think I gave you the story of pretty much his legal case. If you're wondering what's happening today, so the UK sent the case back to Jamaica. So you go up the ranks, it's like Supreme Court damn near, and they basically said, yo, my nigga, we're gonna wipe his conviction, so he's not a murderer no more. Y'all gonna have to do, which that's why I keep saying about mistrials. They basically say it's a mistrial, damn near, right? We're clearing the conviction. Y'all could go try him again. Keep in mind, half of the country's resources was on standby because of how powerful this guy is, his trial. They had army, police, they had all type of people, and it was like 80 days of trial. So the UK said, y'all got to retry him if y'all want to convict him, or y'all got to let him go. So the appellate court in Jamaica had a couple of months, because this was ruled on by the UK a couple of months ago. They had a couple of months to decide, are we going to do a retrial, or are we just going to let this nigga go free? And today, apparently, they have announced that, yo, just let this nigga go, man. You know what I mean? He served 13 years already. Like, some of this evidence you can't bring back. Like, bro, yeah, I can't really. If that court says y'all shouldn't have went through his phone, and y'all already went through his phone, that evidence is trash. And then now, do you really want to use that much money and put everybody through this shit? So apparently he's coming home. Okay? So again, it's a criminal justice system, people. It's not about if you're guilty or innocent. It's really about, did you have a fair process in getting a guilty verdict, right? And apparently they ruled it was not fair to him. And because of his stature and how much resources it expended for them to try him, they're saying they won't try him again. So I'll Google it. Vybz Kartel. Yeah. So. Yeah. Oh, let me see the video. They probably went crazy. Yeah, they call Vybz Kartel the world boss. Okay, so yeah. They ruled against a retrial. So him and his co-accused, which surprisingly, none of the guys with him. There was another guy who's an artist, and there was 3 other guys. There's really like 5 people. None of them snitched. Like, nobody snitched. And apparently, all 5 of them are going to come home. Okay? When Observer Online visited Waterford, that's a popular place in Jamaica, known as Gaza, before the verdict, the streets appeared to be scanty. It didn't take long for crowds to start gathering. Yeah. We're probably going to just see wild amount of videos of just Vybz Kartel. Yeah, it's probably going to be going crazy. What is this?
That a DJ Vybz Kartel artist, dancehall artist, has been free. Hold on a second, my viewers are subscribed.
Okay, yeah, it's gonna be like pandemonium in the goddamn streets. So I'll show you videos later. But yeah, essentially he's been freed. I mean, let's relate it to the Young Thug thing, right? Let's relate it to the Young Thug thing. There's a possibility. In a post. Let me tell you some politics behind it. I wonder if Drake knows this, but Drake probably knows this. Drake be tapped in with culture. Y'all want to hear some tea? Here's a tea. I know it's kind of sus for me to use that language, but it's okay. Here we go. So Drake just posted. I think it's. We'll just go to a story and find it. Right, let me post it here. So if you go to story, he posted Vybz Kartel. He says, "Boss, free up now." You get what I'm saying? And he says, "Adija." Okay, that is Vybz Kartel's first name. Then he posts him rocking this shirt, and it says, "Free Cartel." Obviously, he's supposedly free now, right? And I forgot. I think this says up to the time. Is this says up to the time? Up to the time. Yeah, I think up to the time. Free world boss. Okay, cool. Now, here's an interesting thing about this. Now, first and foremost, y'all gonna have to tap in with me for this, right? So Vybz Kartel, remember I told you he's like this menace. Like a lot of people said like he's evil. He's a good musician. I don't know if he's evil. But they said that he was ordering so much murders. One of the people he ordered to be murdered was one of his own artists. Guess who his artist is? Popcaan. So if you could go on YouTube, it came out during one of the that gang they say he controlled. It's called the Klansmen, right? One of their guys, or some of the information that came out in their trial, because they got arrested too, in some other unrelated shit. It came out that Vybz Kartel ordered them to kill his own artist, Popcaan. Now, obviously, they didn't kill Popcaan because he's still alive. Cartel ordered murder, right? But yeah, it says Vybz Kartel ordered a hit on on an entertainer, which is Popcaan, says eyewitness, right? Now, here's the funny thing about this. I don't know how this works, but look like Popcaan somehow forgave him. If that's true. We don't know if it's true, right? He must have forgave him because Vybz Kartel recently, by the way, there was some songs thrown back and forth between like Vybz Kartel and Popcaan, even though they were protege, you know, they're on that song, "Where you get that new clock, said daddy," right? From there, Vybz Kartel goes to jail. People looked at Popcaan as like, yo, like, why you feel like you're not supporting the boss like that? And it's a strange relationship. Anyway, he posted Popcaan not too long ago, and Popcaan been speaking highly of him. So look like they're kind of cool now. I don't know if, again, we don't know if this is true. If somebody tried to kill you, could you like be like, free that guy? Like, I don't know. But anyway, I wonder if Drake knows that part of it, because Drake being all happy that Vybz Kartel's getting out. Nigga, if you're Jamaican and you know, nigga, they say Vybz Kartel was trying to get your artist, because apparently Popcaan is OVO. Vybz Kartel was trying to get that nigga whacked. Like, Vybz Kartel a different demon, my nigga. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Right? Look. Who's this? Somebody's joint.
Some people with their back with the next update. One of them is
Okay, this is too Jamaican for y'all. Y'all won't understand it. Here we go. Oh,
we are going to go over common pieces of.
Yo, Sir P, you know the Big Act watches you, right? I'll be watching all these guys. Hold on. Oh my God, I gotta sit through a commercial. So this is a guy who like is like anonymous. People think he's a former police, but like he exposed a lot of stuff that came out to be true. And they said, it says Popcaan was supposed to be killed on Hellshire Road by the Klansmen. That's a Klansmen. It's like a whole gang that supposedly Vybz Kartel basically had a lot of influence and kind of almost like, you know, indirectly or directly could tell them to kill a nigga. You get what I'm saying? That's according to the police, but what do I know? Let's see. Here we go.
With some pictures.
By the
Yes,
way,
I'm actually going to.
When Vybz Kartel was locked up, he was arguing with this guy who's the YouTuber, because this guy was saying certain shit. Remember, Vybz Kartel just runs Jamaica, but he was saying certain shit like, yo, the guy y'all like, he's really a killer. Like, I know y'all think he's innocent because y'all love his music, but he's a killer. He's a bad guy, right? You know what I mean? And
Post pictures. I'm going to post name. Let's get into.
Here we go.
But this is 2016.
Now, this is interesting too, and I'm gonna give you some backstory on this. So back around then, this when Drake was on his Jamaican vibe. You know what I mean? Controller, like all of that. A lot of Jamaican artists, this is Popcaan right here. A lot of Jamaican artists they were envious, or they felt a way about Popcaan because, again, remember, like Jamaica's just not a rich country. So like anytime a new car comes out, like for example, I don't know who has the first Maybach or the first Cybertruck in Jamaica, but like you're gonna be, that's like a show of wealth, right? Like hell, people got Cybertrucks over here now, but if you the first nigga in Jamaica with a Cybertruck, it's like damn, you getting it, right? So anyway, Drake bought Popcaan. This is a Range Rover. It's a drop top convertible Range Rover truck, right? By the way, also certain cars in Jamaica are more European because the steering is on the right side instead of the left side. So some cars in Jamaica you won't see over here in the United States just because of that. And also emission standards or whatever. Anyway, so Drake buys Popcaan this vehicle, right? I think we could even Google that. Drake buys Popcaan Range Rover. Look, he buys him a $14.7 million in Jamaican money. Drop top Range Rover. You can see this is Popcaan showing it off. Right okay. Now, a lot of artists start taking aim at Popcaan for that. I'm gonna tell you why they started taking aim at him. They started saying, "Yo, you Drake's bitch." Obviously, because Drake ain't buy them nothing. But they're also like, "Yo, you like a hoe. That nigga buying you shit." Obviously his thing is, yo, y'all just mad because the biggest artist in the world fuck with me, right? Anyway.
By then he was already in jail for about 5 years, right?
Okay, so this is 2016. Cartel's in jail for 5 years. I hope you guys could. This guy uses a voice changer because he doesn't want people to find, like, this is Jamaica. Like, niggas know that you on YouTube, not necessarily snitching, but you over here like spilling all the beans, they'll kill you. You know what I'm saying? Like, legitimately. Like, there's no YSL Woody in Jamaica, right? Like, YSL Woody would literally be chopped up in the woods. Like, only in America could you be doing 20v1s after you're telling on somebody that's supposedly ruthless. You go tell on you even a YouTuber, and you over here talking shit about Vybz Kartel, you're gonna be in the morgue, my nigga. You get what I'm saying? So that's why he uses a voice changer.
But he never took the steps that he ended up going to. People, you really want to hear this? Popcaan, you really want to hear this? Right? Because I know Mega start address the world snitch.
So he used to call Vybz Kartel the world snitch.
Black man from Klansman who were operating on the orders, right, or the program of the world snitch.
So I gotta like translate. I think I could get it, but he's calling Vybz Kartel the world snitch. The reason why he's calling him a snitch, he's saying that when Vybz Kartel got caught, Vybz Kartel told the police, "Hey, I know where these Klansmen guy that he kind of controls, I could give you where they stash their guns if you let me go." Allegedly, not much proof to this from what I've seen, but that's why he's saying, "Yo, y'all look at Vybz Kartel as the biggest gangster who ever lived." You know, it was infamous that like, yo, bro, he got sentenced to life. He took it like a man, just kept it gangster. He walked out of court. He throws up this. This is like, it's seen as West Side over here, but it's for West Bank, which means Gaza in Jamaica, right? So he's throwing up a gang sign after he came out with a guilty murder conviction. Don't give a fuck. Everybody's like, this is the biggest gangster who could be. Like, he's up there. So he's a gangster and the best musician, right? This guy is saying the guy y'all look up to is not that guy. So he's been trying to like debunk the myth, or what he says is the myth of Vybz Kartel.
And those men were going to take your life that day?
So apparently Popcaan didn't know about this plot, right? So Vybz Kartel goes to jail. Popcaan is free. Drake is fucking with him. But Popcaan starts straying away from Vybz Kartel's group, which is called Gaza, right? It's like, imagine if I don't want to compare Popcaan to like Gunna, but imagine Gunna starts straying away from YSL, right? And essentially like, he's like, yo, nigga, now is the time we need you to rep. But of course, niggas just went out for murder and all type of shit. Like, you kind of want to stay away from that, right? So they start kind of like beefing a little bit, and apparently this wasn't known to Popcaan that someone was going to kill him, and it came out in the trial of some other niggas. Anyway, let me play.
Did you know that? Popcaan, you may talk to. Did you know that?
Okay.
Popcaan, are you psyched to show the people them sorry?
All right, let's get to
from that party there. Just get the range. There was a Caribbean there. Me I go tell.
So he says, when you were celebrating getting this goddamn car from Drake, you were leaving some party, and there was a car right behind you. And he's going to drop certain specifics, basically saying hey, I wasn't there. If I'm telling you these details, you should know I'm telling the truth. But he's basically saying the guys who were supposed to kill you was in the car behind you.
You hold in the car.
He starts telling who was in the car that was going to kill him. Which, yeah, this guy drops mad, like, details.
Cartel, world snitch, who was also in the car. And anybody who really know clans will recognize some of them names.
So he's saying if you know the gang Klansmen, you're going to recognize these names I'm about to drop. And they were in the car that was supposed to kill Popcaan in the vehicle that Drake bought him.
Real snitch, I'm going to show you just how much I know. And maybe you shouldn't be looking so far. Maybe you need to be looking closer to figure out who Sir P really is. People of Jamaica, look on the screen right now. Oh, well, don't start sweating, real snitch. What you sweat for?
So he posts some guy's face. I guess he's like a known killer that was in this gang. And he's like, don't start sweating. Don't start,
Come on, let's get that blood pressure down. I mean, I did warn you. I did warn you what would happen if you keep talking tough online, right? People of Jamaica, the individual you're looking at right now was one of Black Man from Klansman's top killer, a youth by the name of Sus. Not Mad Sus, but Sus.
Okay. Anyway, he's gonna name other people too.
Jamaica asked then, why is Popcaan still here?
Okay. So now he's gonna answer the question, why didn't they kill Popcaan? Here we go.
And the man name was to pull up from Popcaan and wet him up. So now Jamaica asked then, why is Popcaan still here? Popcaan, this is where you come in. Do you remember back from that event? The police pulled down upon you and draw you out of the line and gave you an escort and you left because the brody clog up.
Okay. So supposedly, again, I'm trying to just, for the people who don't understand, or don't know the context or can't understand the lingo. Basically, they said Popcaan is coming from an event. It was like a party or club, something like that. And he's in this vehicle that Drake bought for him. But they're saying that Vybz Kartel ordered for him to get killed that night. So there's a car who kind of hops out behind him. However, in Jamaica, it's different than, like, I don't know if I live in, New Jersey. Like, if you're in a heavy city area, there's mad roads. Like, it's like fucking intersection after intersection. A lot of times, there's like one main road in Jamaica. You get what I'm saying? There's not like 4 roads intersecting constantly. So this clogged up with cars and buses and taxis that's taking people from this event. So Popcaan is sitting in traffic, right? And yes, even the superstar, he's sitting in traffic. The guys who want to kill him is right behind him, right? They're not going to just kill him right then because they also want to make sure they get away, but they're right behind. They're tailing him like good. No matter how long we take to get out of this bottleneck, we going to kill this nigga. And apparently, the guy is saying the only reason why Popcaan is alive is that the police saw that the artist, who obviously is a high-profile guy in Jamaica, was like, yo, get out of the line, and we're going to give you a police escort, and that's the only reason why he survived. That's allegedly the story, which I'm going to be honest with you, that story would have me shook. I wouldn't want to have nothing to do with a motherfucker who was trying to do some shit like that. But I don't know if it's true. We don't know. But it is Jamaica, people.
Come on, Popcaan, reason amongst your brethren. You don't have to come public. Talk to your... Whichever prayer your mother pray for your morning time, tell her never stop. The world snitch send man to take your life because him say you are informer. But that wasn't really in business because that was the case.
Okay.
For him Japan.
All right, anyway. Crazy kind of shit. So I guess I say with Drake posted yo, free World Boss, or like World Boss free. Obviously, everybody who loves Jamaican music loves Cartel. But I do wonder, and if you have to be Jamaican to know this, it's kind of like understood that possibly Vybz Kartel had ordered for this dude to get knocked off. And by the way, Vybz Kartel was in jail, but that's how powerful he is. So he could be in jail and order for a nigga who's a big musician to be like, yeah, kill that nigga, right? Obviously, Popcaan, knew it after, it came out in trial for these other guys. He's never really spoken on it, though. And it's one of those things where Vybz Kartel is so popular that I'm going to be honest with you, you could see, I think, like, this is how Jamaica is, and I'm not saying Vybz Kartel is this, but Jamaica could see 1,000 dead people, and you could see Cartel with a smoking gun, and Jamaica's gonna be like, all right, they must have did something. All right, Cartel, next song. Let's hear the music. They love the nigga that much. Like, no matter. So basically, Popcaan is not gonna go speak out against. Like, the nigga been running music from jail. Like, nobody's gonna speak against Vybz Kartel. He's just that powerful. Like, whether it's jail or not. So yeah, he might have tried to get you clapped, but fuck it. You know what I mean? You still here, so just let it be. You know what I mean? Which is Popcaan posted him? Of course. If Popcaan didn't post him, it would probably be a problem. You get what I'm saying? Now, will it ever be the same? Ooh, yeah, of course. He posted it. Cartel now a free man. 13 years of fight on Win Bumbleclot International World Boss Day. You now know. Apparently, well, actually not apparently. It's about to be Jamaican Independence Day pretty soon. Yeah. And by the way, about 85%, 85% of Popcaan fans are Vybz Kartel fans. So technically you can't go against Cartel no matter what. No matter what, right? Like, Vybz Kartel thing is Gaza. He has this thing called Unruly. And you don't even see nobody even talking about that shit. Now, granted, if you're not Jamaican, you never really know about what I just told y'all. Yeah. It's interesting. I'm telling you, Vybz Kartel is interesting. There was a video. There's a video that came out. It's kind of like a depressing video. There's a video of, it was like a mother crying, basically saying, listen to this shit.
Fall in vain. We go down for we need blood.
Is it this?
Platform for you. You know what I'm saying? Lizard. And them only think about the Vybz Kartel side.
With generative.
And them right? Remember. Yeah. And people strive on.
Let me see if I can find it.
The
I don't know find her.
Allegedly. Comments. One are
So
even.
Yeah, I probably can't find it.
As a year, she direct her frustration toward fans of Vybz Kartel, whom she perceives as lacking empathy and so the same.
Yeah, where's the video?
And treated the way that
audio.
I tell people, the University of the West, you'll be able to see with a passion and do not want them over.
All right, I don't know. Wait.
You can't send.
Okay, yeah, I think this is it. It says, the mother cried that Vybz Kartel killed her son and other people. I guess there was like mothers of people who said Vybz Kartel got their kids killed. Like, they were crying to be like, yo, it's crazy how this guy's so popular that nobody gives a fuck about the fact that he done killed our kids. And I ain't gonna lie, everybody was just like, so? Like,
Oh, free artists, you know.
Yeah, because everybody been saying free Vybz Kartel. Hold on, let me see if we get to.
Tony Curlew never trouble no. Tony Curlew never do no nothing. And me I tell you when I see son, I say, yo, nah, get way. I never did I remember about my son alone. I didn't remember about Tony Curlew. I didn't remember about the little boy in a Clark's Lane where Ima breeder go for.
So she's mentioning people who she's claiming that Vybz Kartel got killed.
Go kill the boy, Clabber breeder, and son go shoot him. I remember everything when I see son and I say, you, nah, get to just wait till I don't bury my son. You, nah, get to it. You no need to kill out the whole of them from around a Christian pen where I say Gaza and who they are go park I say Gaza to kill them out.
So she basically said everybody who's, so this Gaza is like what Vybz Kartel's he calls it a record label, but some people would call it, you know, gang, right?
Kill them out. Enough people Gaza kill no man. And when me look and see all the woman, the Cooper, the Bally, the woman, they come on TV, I talk about free artists, and how much mother. The artists, they left a cry. And how much mother. The artists, they left a cry. I don't know how much mother. The artists, they left a cry. I don't know how much.
Essentially, he's saying, you know how many moms Vybz Kartel has resulted in them crying and mourning because he done their kids.
Picnic, the artists, they fatherless. We don't know how much people the artists they kill. Jesus Christ, if the artists they didn't put in money in something better off, Jamaica would have been a better country. I have people who have money and defend a little wicked boy there. Jesus Christ, you know how much people pick the boy they kill. And
alright, so she pretty much is saying Vybz Kartel killed a lot of people.
Then see him ugly picnic them that sing saga and do all kind of things. And people picnic no they have to do nothing for them. Oh no wicked people. Oh no pastor.
Okay, yeah. So you know, it's a mother, you know. She's saying it's unfair because Vybz Kartel is popular. Everybody's saying free him. But in reality, this nigga done killed everybody. You know what I mean? Which is, you know. All right. Cool. Yeah, we're not going to do the straight Vybz Kartel shit. Like, we'll kind of go back to it. But yeah, now you know the Popcaan thing. Popcaan clearly don't seem like he got a problem, right? He seemed like he's cool. By the way, him and Vybz Kartel used to do a whole bunch of stuff. And by the way, I actually predict that they're probably going to do shit again, right? Like, what I said earlier, like, bro, you can't go against this guy, my nigga. Like, this guy's just too powerful, right? Anyway, so Popcaan says free him. Drake says he's free. Yeah, I'm telling you, he's going to sell out some crazy shit. I ain't even going to lie to you. I'm reluctantly saying this. I think because of how much power he's coming out with, he's going to have so much power. So much power. You're probably going to see someone try to either kill him or they're going to try to give him another murder charge, right? For some other shit. Because, like, the society that marches to the beat of the drum that he's doing, he's been saying the government's corrupt. Basically, it's now been proven that he's going to come out a martyr. Y'all locked me up for 13 years for murder, and the courts basically said, I ain't do it, right? You know, even though I ain't do it. I'm the person who's the true representative, and that's been like his music. That's why he has so many people that follow him. He makes music for the inner cities, like, you know, he makes music for the ghetto. So they feel like he's the ghetto spokesperson, and the majority of the country is the ghetto. So now you just martyrize this guy, and he's coming back free? Lord Jesus, I'm telling you, the government can't handle this nigga at this point. So somebody said only Jamaicans care. Yeah, I don't think it's like a worldwide thing like that. But I'm just trying to give you it's in a microcosm of Jamaican culture and just how one person could be so influential on one country that we gonna see what happens. You know what I'm saying? We'll see. Okay, cool. Back to some other shit. Let me see what else is going on. Oh, by the way, the first video of Vybz Kartel being free is actually out. Look at my nigga Vybz Kartel. He has a medical condition that, you know, they were trying to get him released for. Like, you can see his face is swollen up a lot. His face is swollen up a lot. But he's officially free.
One done.
And they say, kiss me, baby. I don't know where this lady came from though, but apparently she was overseas. She fell in love with him without meeting him, and she came a couple times. She visited him in jail. I don't like he married her, which I think because he married her, he could get this conjugal thing. I think so. So I'm guessing maybe he was fucking her on the side. You heard me? You get what I'm saying? And yeah, no, she's sticking around. She's sticking around. Like, you know, she did an interview before. Shout out to my man on stage. TV Vybz Kartel. Y'all think that's real love? Probably real love, huh? Yeah.
This week's episode of...
Essentially, she came... well, I'll play this part and you'll be able to see. Here we go.
Stage with Winford Williams.
Before.
Yeah.
For the same reason. Thanks for coming. Okay, and Jamaica for you. Is this your first visit?
No, it's my second.
Second, you've been here before?
Yeah.
For the same reason?
Yes.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So you know a little about us. So how, apart from the Addy and who he is in the flesh and so on, we're going to get to that. The Jamaica to you that you saw for the first time, how did that match up? The reality now, being here, to your perception, how you felt about Jamaica coming in, what it would look like, and so on and so forth.
Well,
so apparently like a year ago, or two years ago, it was her first time ever coming to Jamaica.
like when I watched Jamaica on Instagram and stuff like that, it seemed very lively. Like everyone was lively. There's always some sort of music going on.
Yes.
And it just seems like everyone knew how to live.
Mm-hmm.
So, so now that
the reality is different.
no, it's not different. Yeah, I can see how people are so alive and people are really nice as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's just nice to be part of a culture where it's not just going from work home back to work. I can just see there's music all around me, people enjoying themselves.
You gonna ask her how they met?
So I like having that around me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So that first visit was only a visit?
It was a 1 week visit, yeah.
Yes. And now you're actually residing in Jamaica?
Yeah.
In Kingston?
Yes, I am.
And that has been how long?
I came here on the 15th of August.
Okay. Oh, so you've been here since summer?
Yeah, so it's just over 2 months.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so, and the visit now. Could you get into the visit? The first in the flesh visit.
Oh, that was the first time she met Vybz Kartel there.
It was amazing.
Yes.
Just being able to, be up close with him without any barriers and being able to hug him. And, we took some pictures as well on that visit.
Oh.
And it was a lot longer than the usual visits we have at the prison. So it was a nice time. And I got to see him twice as well during that visit.
So apart from all of the nice pictures and everything, did you get the time you wanted with him? Did you get enough time?
Hey, shit, she love her man.
Yo, one done.
Let's get my man the cake soap back here. You know what I'm saying? All right. Let me go look and see what's popping on. I feel like there's another topic that's kind of. Let me show you the video of Vybz Kartel getting free. So Vybz Kartel, this is when he left jail right here. This is when the moment he walked out of jail. Vybz Kartel free. This is the moment he walked out of jail. This is. Is it this?
Mr. Perry, what? Big up.
What happened to limousines? I haven't seen limousines in a long time in America, bro. They still got them shits popping in Jamaica. World boss.
Hello, come back.
Here's his wife. So they got the soldiers out. They got the police out. Look how much. See, remember what I was telling y'all? Look how much fucking soldiers they got out there for this nigga's release. I don't know if you can see down here. Look how many fucking people down there.
All right, can just back on the side right now, please.
I think Mr. Sean Stom. Sean Stom, Virgin.
Hold on now, hold on now, ease up, hold on now, come back.
I told him, see one behind us, sir. Come man. Left the picture of the mind. Yeah, my boss. Yeah, can bring your thing.
I'm telling y'all now, the government of Jamaica gonna have a hard time, man. If that nigga sneeze, the whole country finna move to whatever he allergic to. By the way, another interesting story. When Vybz Kartel got arrested, I'll give you that story right now. This was when he got arrested. Let me see. This is back in 2011. Let me see. I just want to bring it up. 2011. Where's his arrest joint? By the way, this is when he was convicted of murder. Niggas had signs up saying that Vybz Kartel was Jesus. Crazy. That's why I tell y'all, I'm like, with all due respect to Young Thug, that nigga could get 15,000 years. I don't think niggas is gonna budge. I'm sorry to tell y'all. They was ready to war over this nigga. Yeah, so this was the scene when he got convicted. This was him. He was skinny. Well, he's still skinny now, I guess, a bit.
You stop touching me now.
I forgot, how old is he right now? Let's see. How old is Vybz Kartel? Yo, he's 48.
Team accepts.
Okay, anyway. Let me see. Vybz Kartel arrest 2011. I'm trying to give y'all like a slight story. Some of y'all might appreciate, some of y'all might not care. When he first got arrested, where's the arrest video? Arrested. I'll just say arrested for murder. Since 2011, I remember them having him outside. He had hair back then. Oh, here we go.
And we investigators from the major investigate following offenses. 1, murder. See.
This is shit that I sampled when I was doing my mixtape.
2, possession of firearm, and 3, conspiracy of murder. More to you.
Okay, yeah, this was him when he got arrested. They pretty much they were doing search warrants as well. Here's the story. He realized that shit was gonna come crashing down real quick on him. They went to one of his houses. That was one of the houses that allegedly the murder took place in. And they couldn't find any evidence of blood, but they found evidence of a cleaning supply that gets rid of blood. Okay? So he kind of knew that it was coming crashing down and police was getting closer. Vybz Kartel, you know, Jamaica's an island in the Caribbean. I could show you. I think most of y'all know. Jamaica map. Let's go with this map. So you have Jamaica here. You have Cuba. My bad. Sorry. Well, here we go. You have Jamaica here. You have Cuba up here. You have Haiti right here, Dominican Republic, and Puerto Rico, which is a U.S. territory right here. Other than that, you have Mexico here. You have Belize, Honduras, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Panama, Colombia, and Venezuela. By the way, that's why, you know, Colombia used to use, well, mostly the Bahamas, which is over here. They used to use, well, yeah, I can't see that click. Colombia used to use the Bahamas over here as like landing strips before bringing the coke, whatever, to the United States. Anyway, before they start using Mexico primarily, which is over here. Okay, so the reason I'm telling you this is that, so when Vybz Kartel realized everything is coming crashing down, this is according to police, he was trying to, so from the northern tip of Jamaica, which is around Montego Bay, but also like around in the Negril area, if we're just thinking about towns, you could get to Cuba. This right here is 90 miles. 90 miles, right? Like theoretically, we've heard that people could maybe not swim, even though the Caribbean Sea is not like the Atlantic Ocean, so it's much more common, but you could actually get a boat and just get a boat and go to Cuba. Apparently, Vybz Kartel was trying to get a boat to go leave the country because he knew this murder charge is coming down. And that's why they arrested him at the time he did. Apparently, I guess they had some shit tapped. He was texting people or whatever, like, yo, let's get a boat. I'm about to leave the country. You get what I'm saying? So pretty much, I guess I'm saying, like, you know, he goes from basically realize, like, fuck, I think they got me. I'm about to leave the country and run. They get him before he does that. He gets found guilty of murder. He serves 13 years, does all the appeals, goes up to the UK, and then now they have granted him, well, it's not that he's innocent. They're just not going to charge him. Well, I guess he's innocent, right? Because he does have a conviction. And, yeah, literally, trust me, the police are tight. The soldiers, so the army's tight. But what could you do? So yeah, he was serious. Like, he was trying to leave the country. Now, granted, if he had left the country, I don't know how that would have worked. Because subsequently, he had so much power that even when he got locked up in Jamaican jails, he recorded music for the entire time. The nigga even went on Instagram Live. He went on Instagram Live. I don't know if you ever heard of this. In his jail cell, Vybz Kartel Instagram Live. He goes on Instagram Live. He joins. So this guy produces a lot for Kevin Gates these days. His name is Russian. It's Russian with a V instead of a U. Okay? The guy who does Straight Jeans and Fitted, like the producer, is Russian. The guy who does, I think, Cake Soap, Russian. These days he works with, like, you know, once that bubble that I'm gonna give credit to Drake with Control and shit like that. American artists start taking the producers from Jamaica. So this Russian guy, he's Jamaican. He started producing for Kevin Gates and shit like that. The people who produced other songs for like Cartel, they're the ones who got taken over for. I think Controller is done by this one guy named Steven the Genius. He makes amazing beats, and he worked with Boy Wonder and some other producers to do Controller, to do a few of the Jamaican joints that Drake did. Anyway, here's the thing. The guy went live 4 years ago. Remember, Cartel is in jail serving his life sentence for murder. And the guy, literally, Vybz Kartel, that's his Instagram, he says, add me. Now he's in jail. Now people, you know, you would think of some Julio Fulio shit like, nah, that people trolling on his account. Man, this is Vybz Kartel, nigga. That nigga got everything in prison, bro. Look at this.
Who up next?
And he says, broski, add me. Now, Vybz Kartel is smart enough to not show his face because they would still ready to sell. He's a top boss. Like, he has 1 million phones. He records music in jail. But he's not going to show his face, right? But he's going to talk. I guess he showed, like, the top of the cell. I don't know what the fuck. But, like, he went live with the nigga. Look.
Looking at me, I know.
That's his voice. So, the nigga went live in prison, bro. Didn't give a fuck.
Me, I know. Now go diss you, baby. Wine. I'm out.
Yeah. Yo.
So he joined the Instagram live. You get what I'm saying?
History.
By the way, they tried to search his cell. There was searches, like, you got to realize, there was a rumor one time that he was allegedly poisoned, right? Like, he got poisoned by, because remember, while he's been behind bars, if you're free and he want to get you touched, easy. He get anything done. Like, he's been running music from behind bars while serving life for murder, right? So people thought that, you know, again, he's not loved by everyone because he's done some shit, allegedly. There was one time it was thought that the COs try to poison his food because they're like, this nigga's too powerful. Like, let's get him out of here. Now, apparently that wasn't true. I don't know what the real situation was with that, but regardless, the COs who they were saying that was involved with that, all them niggas got handled. You get what I'm saying? So imagine a nigga in prison do whatever the fuck he wanted to do. Anything he wanted to do, he could do. You get what I'm saying? The only thing he can't do is just walk around, I guess, the street. But if he want to get a nigga, let's just say touched, easy. Anything he wants to do. Everybody who wants to meet with him got to come to the jail and sit down and meet with him. But he's basically running an empire from behind the jail. He puts on his sons who grown up by that time because 10 years or 14 years, you know, they were kids when he was out. He puts them on in music. Just complete gangster, bro. So, again, this guy, the Jamaican government gonna have a hard time trying to I would imagine they would try to work with him, but they've tried to work with him before. You know, him and an artist called Movado, they had a beef one time that, you know, was so serious. You see this whole Drake and Kendrick shit. Obviously, this is a smaller country, right? Just to put in perspective, Jamaica has 4 million people, right? It's about 4 million people, right? I could Google it. What's the population of Jamaica? How many people in Jamaica? Actually less than 3. To put in perspective, also the landmass of Jamaica could fit in New Jersey. I live in New Jersey now. The whole Jamaica could fit in here. You get what I'm saying? It's not that big. So, even though I'm telling you this guy has tremendous power, but it's tremendous power in Jamaica. But I'm trying to equate it to bigger countries because I don't see nobody else with any power that could equate to this, right? Yeah, he was beefing with this guy. It would be like, let's say at least for Jamaica, Kendrick and Drake, right? Kendrick and Drake. Them going at odds, there was school kids who were so on either side, they were going to school and like stabbing each other up, like mad violence, depending on who you like. You get what I'm saying? So the government got involved and asked the two of them, said, please, y'all got to squash the beef because there's school kids killing or trying to kill each other over y'all beef. And I guess they worked out a deal, and this is like 2 years before he got locked up. This is what happened. Listen to this.
Open contempt for each other has divided their fans in what is known as a Gaza Gully conflict. Jamaica House says it was a matter of responsibility to intervene in the conflict, which has such wide-reaching tentacles. Nadine McLeod has more.
For those who might have doubted the necessity of 4 government ministers meeting with the 2 DJs, Darryl Vaughan...
So I guess that's the main thing I'm showing you. It's like, the U.S. government don't give a fuck about Kendrick and Drake. Like, the Jamaican government had to intervene in the feud between him and another artist named Avado.
Oz wanted to make this clear.
The government thought it very important to have this meeting this morning based on the fact and the impact on the 4 ministries that were represented there this morning, being national security, culture, education and information, the impact that this impasse has been having as it relates to these ministries.
And one half of the rivalry, Mavado, seized the opportunity to let it be known that he and Vybz Kartel are by no means foes.
I mean, me and Vybz, we're not really enemies, you know what I mean? So
imagine Kendrick and Drake sitting right here with the government on their right, basically saying, y'all got to make up. I guess that would be the equivalent of Jay Prince making Drake and Kanye, but Jay Prince ain't a government official. This is like government shit.
As I speak, me and Vybz right here. You know what I mean? I never...
This nigga right here this is Cartel. Different monster, bro.
Was stone off Vybz before. He never done the same, you know what I mean? So it's just about music, but as we say, we have the fans out there, you know what I mean? And people take it to a different level.
Vybz Kartel concurred.
Yeah, well, yeah, man, we agree with what Mavado said a while ago. And as a matter of fact, we have plans to do another collaboration because you have to remember the first time Mavado and I did a song, it was a collaboration, you know. Those are the happiest days of my life. So it's like, no, that is what we're bringing.
Yeah, anyway, 2 years. Nigga send a text, yo, I chopped that nigga up so good, you will never find his ass. I gotta make sure I get to Jamaica as soon as possible, as soon as he announces a concert. Oh, good. I hope I gave a good understanding for the people who probably are interested but don't really know what's going on, that y'all could understand the gravity of this guy being free. Like, yeah, it's a big deal in the non-hip-hop world. But if you do, a lot of hip-hop uses sometimes, either African or Jamaican culture. Yeah. Okay, cool. Let me see what else is going on. Did we play this? I think we played this, right? Where Yachty said that trends come from Atlanta. Nah, we did that already, right? I think we did that, right? Okay, cool. Let's quickly go to